Yeah, there was Freddie Hicks and Caleb Fields. First and foremost, congratulations to James Madison. That's a really good basketball team. And they've proven that all year. Obviously, spent a lot of time in the top 25, receiving votes today, as they should. I really, really hope for the sake of the Sun Belt and mid-major basketball that the NCAA selection committee gets the seeding right, because that's a really, really good basketball team. I thought they were good on both sides of the ball for 40 minutes, and they have been for the majority of the season. It's not easy to win 31 games at any level, and they obviously did that. I thought that obviously we got them going in the first half. We made some defensive mistakes that led to them getting some clean looks from three, and really let Xavier Brown get going in that first half. Gave them some confidence. I thought we got a little stagnant on the offensive end ourselves, and that's on me. But I'm just super, super proud of this group. A group of guys that was picked to finish ninth in the league, finished 13th in the league last year, had a rough start, climbed our way all the way back to be the 4 seed and get a double bye in this tournament, and fight our way to the championship. Only 2 teams got to play today, and we were one of those 2, and I'm proud of that. We've got a great group of dudes down there in that locker room that are hurting right now because they've put a lot of time and effort, blood, sweat, and tears into this program, and they're about the right stuff. So obviously, it's not a great feeling, but the message was to remember this feeling, because we'll be back. We'll be back.
Go ahead and kick it off, JC.
JC, RWRC Radio. Coach, just what is maybe the biggest thing that you're proud of with this group getting here, year one, the buy-in, the uphill battle, everything that this team has endured? What is the most proud moment for you?
Really, how we fought adversity. A lot of people are talking about us finishing 4th, being picked 9th. People are talking about us making it to the Sun Belt Championship. They're talking. We've talked a ton about our non-conference schedule. What we maybe haven't talked about enough is this group has been thrown curveballs all year. We had this guy for half of Sun Belt play. Arguably, one of the best players on the floor tonight for either team. We had him for half of Sun Belt play. This guy right here is our fearless leader. I mean, he's played. He goes into the game today. He's got his entire groin wrapped in an ace bandage. He's left everything out there in every game he's played. We lost 3 scholarship guys to medical red shirts before we even played a game this year. And with all that, combined with our tough scheduling and taking some early lumps, they stayed the course. They believed in what we were coaching. They worked. This is a group of workers. They've been super disciplined in their approach, in their attitude, and the bottom line to really sum up the entire question is this is the most connected group that I've ever been around, the most connected group. They wanted to win it for one another, and I think their love and selflessness is what got us to where we were today.
Another one here in the front left.
Obviously, you had a big crowd here all weekend, and support throughout the week. Just what has that meant, not only this week but throughout the year, this season?
Oh, it means the world. Our fan base, the Jonesboro and Northeast Arkansas community, they've been behind us all year, and it's one of the reasons why I came to Arkansas State. It's a special place, and the people there are special. To see the amount of red that was in the building tonight, the support, I know it means the world to the guys. It means the world to me. They love this basketball program. They're proud of this basketball program, and I think that's part of where the pain comes from. Obviously, we feel like we let that group down today, but we will be back, and with that group behind us, we're set to have a couple really, really good years ahead of us.
Good, Paul.
Coach Paul Trestman, Fox Sports Physical Radio. You said your team had a lot of adversity. When did it strike to you during the course of the season that A&T to you that it all came together, said, hey, you know what, we're pretty good, and you could go very far and get into this championship game?
Yeah, I think, to be honest with you, it happened before the season. For me as a coach, it may have taken these young men a little bit to figure that out. Obviously, with some of the tough losses we had early on, and but I knew this spring, going back to when I took the job, Caleb Fields. I talked about it yesterday. You know, was in the transfer portal. He could have went to any school in the Sun Belt. Any of them would have taken him. He could have went to pretty much any school in the country if he wanted to, and he chose to stay at Arkansas State University, and that's special. When your senior leader has that type of character, and he's your point guard, you've got a shot. Then we've got guys like Freddie Hicks. He's got all the options in the world. Chose to come home and play for us. I can go down the line. Darian Ford, Taryn Todd, Avery Felts, Terrence Ford. I knew that I was taking a job at a special place because it wasn't really hard to convince these guys to stay at Arkansas State University. So even though we lost a couple guys to injury, we took some lumps, we fought through some adversity, I knew that as long as they believed, we would have a shot. We have a lot of talent in that locker room. And as they continued to grow closer, understand what we wanted to do on both sides of the ball, I knew that we would have a shot in this league. And all those things happened, and it starts with our senior leadership. I'm so proud to coach this young man. I don't forget the Sun Belt. He's one of the best point guards in the country. I mean, and I'll stand by that. He's one of the best point guards in the country. He's an absolute leader. And when you've got that from the point guard spot, you've got a chance to win any game you play.
Logan in the back right corner.
Hey, Coach, just wanted to ask the interest level in potentially playing in the postseason, if that's something that was discussed, just how likely is it?
Yeah, absolutely. We've several have reached out. We've been invited or had conversations with several postseason groups, and that's something that we're going to talk about as a team and with our administration when we get back to campus. I'd sure love to coach these guys for a few more games. I'd sure love to have Caleb Fields as my point guard for a few more games, and so we're once we let this soak in and get back to campus, we'll sit down and evaluate that. But there is some options on the table, and we'll hopefully have an answer on that here sometime in the next week or so.
And then for all of you, if someone would have told you guys at the beginning of the season that you would be at this point in the Sun Belt Championship game, what would you have told them?
I mean, he said it when he first took the job, and when we all got together, that we was gonna be in the championship game, and we fell short. But that's what he said as soon as he walked in.
Yeah, pretty much what Caleb said. We had a lot of talent and stuff like that, so it was really easy to see the vision that the coach and them were giving to us, and we worked for it. So we pretty much bought in as soon as he said we could be in the championship, and we knew we could.
Dave, go ahead.
Dave Schultz, Lockdown Sunbelt. Talk to the two players. We've heard a lot about the coach about buying in, but it sounds like, knowing him from Alabama and watching you guys play, he comes in and says, you guys can shoot threes and shoot layups. How difficult was the buy-in? Because that sounds like every kid's dream.
I mean, it wasn't that hard. It was just space the floor. I mean, shoot, when you open, you give us the most confidence in the world. So you just take what the defense give you and just play offense with freedom.
Yeah, I agree with Caleb. We just do. We just really just take what the defense gives us. We don't really shoot the non at the rims, but we take good shots. So we just take the really good shots that the defense gives us, and he encourages us, just play your game and shoot the shots when you're open and make them.
Back over to JC, front left.
For Caleb and Freddie, Coach has mentioned many a times what you guys mean to him. What does he mean to you guys?
I mean, he came in, he hardly knew, he didn't know any of us. We knew some of us, but, I mean, for me, he really didn't know me. It took 2 days for me to come back, so it just shows what I believed in him and what he had for this team. I mean, the offense that he brought into this program just, allowed me to flourish, and, I'm sure Freddie as well. And I love him, and I just appreciate him.
I agree with Caleb, with everything Caleb said. He really hit it on the nail. We just all bought in and we trust him, and he's done, a lot for this not just for us, but for the university. He's brought a lot of publicity here. You know, we got an ESPN game and stuff like that. So he's done a lot really for the university, and you know, I love him too. And I'm just very grateful for this moment, and just grateful to be a part of this team.
Go ahead, Paul.
Coach, got one more. What did it mean last night? I mean, obviously, what you did, championship game for your program, you knocked out number one seeded team and moving forward.
Yeah, I wanted these guys to have the opportunity to play today. Caleb Fields deserves that. Freddie Hicks deserves every young man in that locker room deserves that. You know, I appreciate the kind words they said about me, but I'm a really bad basketball coach without these guys. And man, I've learned more from the guys in that locker room than I could ever teach them. You want to talk about toughness? This dude right here, he's out with a torn muscle in his lower back, and I mean, if you followed, he tried to play like 4 straight games. I mean, he's coming back telling me, Coach, I'm good. I'd let him go out there. I'd see after 2 possessions, Freddie, you're not good. You know, we got to do what's in the best interest for you. Caleb has, you know, people say it, and you know, it's the phrase is thrown out a lot, but this young man's really laid his body on the line for this university and this program. And so yesterday meant a lot to me, to get him to this game, to get all those guys to this game. But it, you know, we came here to win 3. Obviously that didn't happen. And you know, obviously that hurts. But I'm glad that they got to experience this. We actually, our group text amongst our team is Sun Belt Championship, and that's from day one when I got here. So although the ultimate goal was to win it, to see it come to fruition, and to see these guys out there today and to have a chance, I'm proud to be their coach. I'm proud of what they've done for our program and for this university.
Any final questions? Go ahead, Logan.
Freddie, and for you, coming back to your home state this season, having family here today, what has this season been for you personally, especially seeing your family here today?
Oh, it was a blessing just to be, you know, for Coach to give me this opportunity to come back and play in front of, you know, the people I love and stuff. So it meant a lot to me, you know, just to see my family there, and it meant a lot to me to see, you know, a lot of fans there. You know, that's pretty big time. You know, we fell short, but I 100% believe that this was a great year, and we should have won. You know, it just hurts a little bit, but no, it means a lot. You know, just seeing everybody there though.